up, squad? We back at him again, man, when they thought it was finna end. Thank y'all for riding with me. Well, you know you forever locked in with your boy, Stories with V. At this time, family, y'all know what I need y'all to do for us. Like, share, comment, and I repeat, smash that subscribe button, y'all. We on that road to 100K. If you're new to the platform at this time right now, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop us a comment. Other than that, V-Mob, y'all know the regular scheduled program. January 25th, yeah, this one of them new ones. January 25th, we will be dropping. Other than that, kick back, relax, grab them wraps and them snacks. I got some heat coming y'all way. Hey, V-Mob, let's get him, let's go. We back at him again, man. Kicking it off in the top. Story number one. When karma catch up with you now. Got this dude right, he growing up in the streets now. I'm talking about Shorty, one of the most vicious things moving. I'm talking about he catching body for body, he robbing dudes, he doing damn near whatever he wanted to do on the streets. Now, he does this, or let's just say he jumped into the game at a very young age as a teenager. So boom, throughout his teenage years, he doing his crimes, he running in and out the system, but the name that he building up for himself, I'm talking about, is out of this world. His name ringing fucking bells like school. So boom, he ends up doing what he doing now. After a teenager, he goes into his 20s. He catch a little bit from 20 to, let's just say, 30, a 10-year bit. Come back home in his 30s, he pick up right where he left off at. I'm talking about he terrorizing the street. Anybody that was moving and shaking in any type way, he was coming to see you. Now, the reason why his arm was so strong because he had other vicious dudes that was running with him. Like everybody that was damn near a thoroughbred that was either up and coming in the city, they wanted to get with him because he was the OG, he was the legend. And if you was one of his peers, meaning the dudes that was ripping and running, that was in his age bracket, you already knew what type time he was. So if you wasn't with him, you was against him, and nobody wanted to be against him. Now that he come home and he about 30, 35 years old, he ends up getting booked again. But this time when he get booked, he get bust upside the head. He get a 20-year bit. So now he ready to be damn near 50, 55 years old by the time he come back home. But when he's over to jail, I'm talking about he continues to do what he doing. I'm talking about he over there terrorizing, robbing, jacking, punishing dudes, checking dudes in. If you coming over there and you not rocking with his crew, he got dudes that's coming to see you, basically. He damn near got to jail on isolation. So boom, now that leaves a lot of people who, like us, we kids. So a lot of our fathers is in the system with him during this time. So boom, it's a couple of dudes that was being victimized over there. They coming home. So now that their kids is growing up and they starting to get locked up, the father is kind of putting their sons on tip. Like, look, man, you know, if you run across these type of guys, stay out their way. Long story short, the OG dude, that's the OG legend, he ended up punishing, robbing, and getting his little men to run down on a particular one guy. Now, boom, he come home. His son know he up and coming in the ranks. He on the same type time that the OG legend dude is. So now the father come home, the son get booked. When the son get over to jail, he link up with some of the good men that his father was locked up hanging around. So now they get an eyeball on the OG legend dude who running around terrorizing everything. The OGs tell his son, like, boy, listen, stay away from yo. I ain't gonna lie, you know, your father ended up having some problems with him. He ended up doing X, Y, Z to your father. So now he like, what? He did what to my father? Now, mind you, the son, he's booked for a little petty charge for real, but he willing to run his bid up. But during this time, the OG dude, he probably about 5 years away from the door. So now let's just say the son, he get into a little gangster situation, not as far as with the legend dude. He ends up getting transferred to another jail. Boom, about 2-3 years later, he go ahead, come back uptown. But now, in the course of him ripping and running, that 5 years that the OG legend dude was supposed to do, he only ended up doing 3 on that. So boom, now he get released. You know, they cut his time a little bit due to health, whatever the case may be. Boom, he come home. So now, when he come home, the son is also uptown. The son is also uptown. So boom, he ends up, you know, the son back ripping and running in the street. And the OG, he's so institutionalized and so burnt out as far as living the street life. He 55, almost 60 years old. He want to get back involved in the streets. Somehow, some way, these two dudes cross paths through a mutual friend. Long story short, the son of the father who was being victimized, he ends up knocking the OG legend dude off just off the strength of, man, what the fuck you was doing, what you was doing to my father over to jail. You think you a tough guy, and it's like the OG legend was trying to push and take over the son block, one of the territories that the son had. The OG was like, man, you know, I'm coming back home. That used to be one of my blocks. I want that motherfucking block back. The dude that was mediating the whole thing, he already knew he really ain't had no say so because he wasn't a soldier. He couldn't control the OG legend, and he couldn't control the son, who was an up and coming hitter, just like the legend was going to be. So boom, legend dude off. So you know it is what it is. He the next to hold the crown. About 2 years later, he get locked up for a double homicide. So now he over to jail with a life bit, damn near a double life bit. When he gets over to jail though, guess who he run into? Who also been making their name in the street? He runs across the godson, or should I say the stepson of the OG legend dude who he knocked off. And the word in the street is, the streets already know who did it. So now when Shorty come over to jail for the double homicide that he caught, the godson is already over there, and he want to get back because he over there too with a life bit. And he like, what the fuck, man? You done knocked off a legend one, my motherfucking godfather too. Nah, man, we ain't going for that. So one, he sent his hitters down there. They run through him, but they wasn't willing to go all the way. About 6 months later, the godson, you know, he wake up on the wrong side of the bed one morning. He ends up going into the day room. Him and the son of the victimized dude, they have a couple of words. The son shoot upstairs to his cell. The stepson follow behind him. Soon as he go in the room, he hang that motherfucker in him, wear him out. But he ends up taking it too far, and he catch an M1, Lord Shorty clear. But just imagine how that whole thing play out. All over one dude wanting to be so big and bad in the streets and just couldn't let the thug life go. Because when he came home in his 50s, late 50s, early 60s, he could have just got out the streets. But no, he was so not scared of going back to prison, and he was already so used to being in the streets, he picked right up where he left off at, and it ended up causing 3 people, or damn near 5 people, more than they was willing to pay. But y'all know the motto, man, wicked and wild situations. But that's the story number 2. Now, mob, story number 2, man. This is another wicked and wild one when these guys can't just let the street life go. So, boom, got the little dude, he growing up around the way. When he's a young teenager, he rises his way through the ranks of his neighborhood gang. Boom. So now, by the time he about 20 years old or so, he become a gang leader. So now, he done solidified himself. He making a beef with all the oppositions that he ripping and running with at the streets in his 20s. He get booked. He do 10 years. He come home in his 30s. Still preferably young, but now he get right back in the streets. And when he get back in the streets, the younger dudes is taking over the game. Now I'm talking about he 30, 35, almost 40 years old. The dudes that he decided to get into beef with at this current time is dudes that's like 19, 20, 21 years old. Now they both playing a grown-up game, so you can't really, look at it how you gonna look at it. But compared to a man that's almost 40 dealing with some dudes that's 20 years old, it's like, why are you even wasting your time? So now these 2 dudes, they start getting involved in beef. But now what the OG dude don't really know is the gang that he supposed to be the chief got wiped out, meaning they fool now. Like nobody's still around. They got no more members. They don't got no power. Nobody. He more so in the blind. He don't know that. And he forgetting in the back of the mind that you still got dudes that you was beefing with back in the day that's still your age right now. You so focused on beefing with the younger generation, you not attending to the beef that you got right now. Long story short, his real opposition dudes that's his age, they see that he's so lackadaisical and he going at it with the younger generation. One day he make an IG post showing his location. The dudes that's his age, they slide down on him, put that belt to his ass and they wipe him down. But all of that because you trying to, 1, beef with some dudes that's younger than you. 2, you get so caught up in wanting to play streets and wanting to be the big guy, you forgot that you actually got beef with dudes that's your age that want to see you. And he ended up being out of there. But y'all know the motto, man. Wicked and wild what? Situations. With that being said, story number 3. Now, mob, story number 3, man. Another wicked and wild situation. And this is why certain things as far as on this internet I don't indulge in. So boom, we got the little dude here, street guy. He ripping and running in the streets. He got opposition dudes that he done robbed, he done stole from, he done did whatever he done did to. He got real beef in the streets. But he want to become a rapper, so he started rapping. He started dissing dudes in his song. Now, once he started to become a solidified, well-known rapper in the streets, he ends up wanting to do a little hood vlog situation. So he reaches out to a cameraman. He say that he want to do the vlog, tell Shorty come around his way. Now, when he do that, the cameraman or the little vlog dude, he throws up on the IG post, man, got the new interview coming, me and bro, bop, bop, bop. He started dropping teasers. Now, little dudes who he beefing with, they spotted the cameraman posting that shit. Oh yeah, that's a bet. He ends up posting the location. So now, when the video drop, the dude who wants to be the rapper who got beef He all on the video showing the stats. Yeah, my little man caught one right here. This way we be running from timeout at. Whenever we got beef, we be posted right here. But if you go around the backside, this way we running this, that, and the third. He giving up all the hot spot, the cuts, and the splits. Whole time the opposition watching this shit, they like, oh, right, that's a bet. That's why every time we spin round there, they don't be right there. They be on the other side. Whole time the ops, they put their game plan together. Not even 24 hours after the video drop, little opposition dudes spin around that motherfucker, jump out the car, light it up. Because now, not only do they know what location to pull up to, they know where y'all be chilling at, where the other people be chilling at, where y'all lacking at, so forth and so on. They spin around there, jump out the car. They probably come around there like 5 deep. When they jump out, it's probably like 6, 7 little dudes around there. 3 of them ended up getting M1. All over one dude wanting to play streets and be a rap at the same time. But guess what? In the midst of all that, he forgot to play by street rules, wanting to be so caught up in being a rap, but dissing people that he's supposed to be beefing with. What more can we say, yo? Wicked and wild situations. And this is why I be like, no, I ain't getting involved in that. Ain't nobody getting that, man. Listen, we ain't getting another situation. Lord dude, same thing. He ripping and running in the streets. He want to end up being a rapper. Whole time the little dudes that he beefing with, they see that the cameraman post up that he going to do an interview with him. They ends up catching him in traffic, trump him, asking him where the location at, and they telling me bet not say nothing. They ask him for the location. He telling where they going to do the interview at, whatever the case may be, what time they going to be right there. The very next day at the exact same time that the cameraman, who had nothing to do with nothing, he just trying to do his job, gave the opposition, they pull right there, smoothly driving the alley, jump out where the whole alley out. Bang, 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 bang. Of course, they don't hit the cameraman, they more so nail they target. But all this over wanting to play internet games and mix the shit with real street activities. You cannot do both. But y'all know the motto on that one, man. Wicked and wild what? Situations. A V-Mob, y'all know what it is, man. Thank y'all for riding with me. Well, you know you forever locked in with your boy, Stories with V. At this time, V-Mob family, y'all know what I need y'all to do for us. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, man. Like, share, comment, and join the V-Mob family where the determined minds grow at. January 25th, man, the website is dropping. Make sure y'all put y'all pre-orders and make sure y'all tap in with the kid. We are here to shake the game up. All 2025, man, we coming with a bang. I love each and every one of y'all. Everything I do is for y'all. It's V-Squad or no squad. V-Mob, we out of here. Let's get them, let's go.